Hey guys, are you ready for another wicked installment of Horror Fridays for the Nerdery? It's Full Moon Patty again, ready for this week's reviews. I have 4 for you this week. I was very excited when I stopped this shop because some of my favorites were out. First off, I have Sacred Creatures. This is book number 2. I also reviewed the first book a couple of weeks ago. I absolutely love this book. It's a little bit thicker than the normal comics that you pick up, single issues. It's put out by Image, a solid title by them. I absolutely love most of what they put out, it seems. This continues on with the main character. This poor man has been manipulated and put through hell by these oddball family that you realize aren't human from the beginning. And you're not sure why for a very long time. This book pretty much sums up a lot of it. It gives you a lot of the answers you've been waiting for, but not so much that you're not interested in reading the next one after this. He's running for his life with a mysterious priest that you find out about in this book also. You find out why he was set up on the evil quest that he was on. You find out that there's other non-humans around, why they're being targeted. There's lots of murders happening and how that's happening and why. You also learn about, like I said, the mysterious family. You learn what their deal is in this episode. And there's so much more information. I love it. More of the evil hairless cat that was in the first one, but that background story is also explained in this one, so you find out where these creatures came from. I love the art style. It's very much gritty, what I would call a detective type of style art, where, like, if I can find a page, it's really not hard. Like, in there, their faces are the line work's very dark, the shading's very heavy. I absolutely love this book. I give it 5 out of 5 full moons, which seems like I'm doing a lot lately. I think I've just been getting really lucky on the books I'm pulling. Second off, I have Baby Teeth, number 3. I had heard so much about this book, and I was lucky enough to get the first 2, and now this one just came out. It's an Aftershock title. Basically, this one goes through the mother of this devil child is trying to figure out how to make her child survive and thrive with his special needs that you find out. Most of these are written as a letter or a story to the child when it's older, explaining the backstory, explaining what's been going on. This one covers a lot of the mother telling the story about who the aunt is and why she is the way she is and what she's done to help and all of that stuff. I laughed so hard in one section because the baby starts crying and screaming, and it's an unearthly, like, house-shattering scream because he's mad. And it opens up a portal, and all of a sudden this something comes through, but it was the cutest thing ever. I laughed so hard reading this one. I don't see how it's going to be an evil thing. I don't know if it's going to come in and be a friend to the baby or not or anything like that, but it was hilarious. I can't wait to see where that character goes. Also, it has mention of an assassin coming possibly to harm the baby because there is a sect of people that know about him. So they're basically just telling the story, getting through it a little bit. You get a little bit more information. There is a slight twist in the end. I wouldn't call it a twist. It's just kind of a thing. It shows the realism of what parents do for their children sometimes. You know, to save their children through stories and things like that. I really, really like this one. I gave it 4 out of 5 full moons. I'll pick up the next one. I'll continue on with it and see how it goes. Next up, I picked this one up because the art was very striking to me. I can't decide yet if I love this art style. This is a little bit older book. It came out in March. I'm not... Okay, it's hard to describe. It's very much like the artist went in and started the process of creating the pictures and everything. And before the heavy line work, before the details went in, before the inking, they stopped. And that's what you're left with. I kind of like it because of the way the story is told. It's told in a flowy, poetic type of way for me. That's what I pulled out of it. But like, the colors are great and contrasting. And this one's called Under Winter, issue number 1. Like I said, issue 1 came out in March, so there are a few more out already. This one is about a classical musical group that gets hired to perform a very odd concert for someone they don't know. They just know they're going to be paid an exorbitant amount. And they are under certain rules where they have to be blindfolded through the whole performance. It is, I believe, a 12-hour performance or just something ridiculous like that. Or it might not be 12, but it's a long time. And they're not allowed to get up. They're not allowed to stop. They're not allowed to anything. They show up to this house for the performance, and they are dressed by servants. So it's very specific, very ritual. It really dark, but poetic. Towards the end of this one of the performers' blindfolds that they were supposed to wear did slide some. So at the end of this issue, you do see who they're performing for, which is really bizarre and really exciting. And I really liked it, even though the art style, I'm still trying to decide how much I liked it or not, because I can't decide if it was very stylized and gritty and different or whether it was lazy. I'm leaning towards the better of the two because I did enjoy it. I don't think it affected the story itself very much. Let's see if I missed anything. They also weren't allowed to wear perfume. Strange, really weird little requests. I give this 4 out of 5 full moons. I totally will continue with it. Solid, just really weird. If you're into the weird, it's definitely for you. All right, last off. This one was hard for me because I had been following this book, and we're on issue 6 now. Just came out, and I loved this story so much that I was kind of to a point where I was scared to read the last one, because with a last issue of a story you love so much, you're kind of sad either way at the end. If it's really great, you're sad it's ending and you get that post-read depression. But if it's really bad, then you've made it through this whole story that you've loved and you feel betrayed, like it was ruined by the creators, even though that's how they wanted it to go. I sat for a while staring at this book without reading it. I even tweeted about it. One thing, huge shout out to Nat Jones and Ben Mears, because they're always on social media and everything, and because of the interaction I've had with them on Twitter and all, it feels like they're along for the ride with me through the story and everything, and they seem really interested in seeing if people love it or anything like that, and big shout out to those guys. They're awesome. Let's see here. So I started it and I finished it. Very short time. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It picks up, the vampires were feeling betrayed at the end of 5, so they were about to fight. And there's a giant battle between all these different groups, and I love how in this storyline they brought in all sorts of old horror characters from all the classics. They have the vampires, the werewolves, the fish people that kind of look like from Monster from the Black Lagoon type of deal. They have Cthulhu, Dagon, all different old ones, which was really fun. Some cannibals thrown in there, because cannibals were a big thing for a long time. Cthulhu and Dagon are still fighting, and I'm not going to give away the whole battle and anything, because this is really important to the storyline and everything. But it brought together really beautifully. There's an amazing special appearance by another one of the old school classic horror characters that kind of ties everything together and makes everything perfect for me. Amazing, gritty art style. Absolutely love this book from beginning to end. I highly recommend this. 11 plus, break the knob off. It's seriously up there on probably my top 5 comics ever. and that's absolutely awesome. Basically, that's it. That's all I have for this week. But as usual, we are brought to you by Captain Jack's Elixirs at www.captainjackselixirs.com, and also All Star Comics, Baytown, Texas, 281-839-7127. If you enjoy these videos, please like them below. Please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our new videos. Also, we have a Facebook that has all different announcements on it. We have an Instagram with all sorts of photos, Twitter, contact us, ask questions, give input. We love that stuff. And we also have a website, which is www.thenerdery.net. Thanks, guys.